like and subscribe.
Send a link to all your friends and family members.
I'm doing that now as well. I tweeted this.
Yeah, I'm doing it as well.
He's doing it now. So today we'll be discussing. I even got the doc open. Ah, that's so bad. No, I just even closed the tab. No,
Who the hell is this?
I just closed the tab. But I'm gonna get the doc open. But as you can see in the title, we are discussing today, obviously COVID-19 and how it's affecting our lives with gym. The new Boris thing came out yesterday, so we need to check that out. We need to also talk about football. This is your forte, not mine.
Indeed, the Premier League is back. My team is back in the Premier League. That's right. I don't know how long we're going to be there for, but you know it's good that we've got another season playing top flight football.
Yep. It's the first time I'm announcing this publicly, but I did pass my driving test
Woohoo!
a while ago. So we're going to be discussing what it's like to be on the British roads. Literally, you know what? I'll get into that story later, but when we came back from a trip from Portugal, it kind of helped me with my driving a bit. Yeah. So that's the thing. Today, it's not breaking news, but it's breaking that there's a fire in Lebanon.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed. Unfortunately, exactly where the explosion happened.
Yep.
Right now, remember we discussed the explosion. What was it? Ammonium nitrate.
Yep.
Ammonium nitrate.
Ammonium nitrate.
Caught fire and so forth.
Yes.
Big fire, and then that led to a massive explosion.
Yep.
Same area where the port is.
Yeah.
Right where the ports are, there is a big fire happening right now.
Currently.
Is it still burning? Is a good question. Probably is. Knowing Lebanese, I'm not sure.
Given the heat, I think it should be.
Not even that. I think it's that the Lebanese people maybe don't have the infrastructure to actually combat that fire well enough. Not that they're not combating it. They probably are.
Yep.
But maybe they're not as strong as they would have been before their crisis. But yeah, I mean,
I agree.
Find a video.
Speaking of fires, America is well lit.
Another one. Oh, you got to open the link. You have to see the link.
America is well
Guys,
lit.
if you can open the link. Oh, you got to copy and paste it.
I can't do that. Okay, basically in America, by the way, California is blazing right now.
Bro,
okay?
look at that.
The sky, is
Can
apocalyptic. The sky. I can bring on. Yeah. Go on. Why not?
Listen, I'm not even playing with you.
The sky is.
Look at this video, right? I'm gonna ask you. Guess what time that is?
That's now. That's like in the morning.
What time in the day is that?
That's like midday or something.
Close. That's 11:15 in the morning.
11. See.
Imagine
that's how bad.
That is crazy. You can press play if you want.
Let me just bring myself on screen. Boom. Okay, let's go. I'm putting it on screen now. You won't get any sound, but I think that's fine.
It's not about the sound.
This is literally what it's like. It's gonna make it bigger a bit, yeah. Go on.
So that is the middle of the day. That's 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what San Francisco looks like right now. It's just red.
It's literally
ash.
mad. Hey, if you can see, it's all obviously BBC News. Take whatever you want with whatever grain of salt you want.
So they interviewed this lady, right? It's coming up. Yeah. They interviewed the lady, and she goes, the time right now is 11:15 in the afternoon. Yeah. She goes, the time right now is 11:15 in the afternoon. And then just look at it.
Honestly,
it looks like it's not midnight, but I say sunset-ish. But it's just a massive ash cloud.
Yeah. And this, there's a map. I have to find the link for it. But there's a map that tells you where in California there's a fire. Where did it start? How many acres did it burn? Bruv, I was watching Philip Defranco. It was yesterday.
Yeah, who?
Philip Defranco. He is a YouTuber. He's a
okay. I thought you meant James Franco.
No, Philip Defranco is a YouTuber, not James Franco, the actor.
The two brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So Philip Defranco is a YouTuber. I enjoy his content. He's not biased when he delivers the news. So it's like very thing, and it's like more for me. But anyway, he was showing me this website and like how he was explaining the fires. It's very bad, and it all started. So there was this big fire that started somewhere in California. Can't remember, in the desert. Do you know how it started?
Let me guess. Right,
go on, actual guess.
I want to take 3 guesses.
Okay, I'm just gonna give you one here. It's based on stupidity.
Sharp. I was gonna say something like, was it like a glass bottle and it was so hot? Because I know California is extremely hot.
Yeah.
So like the sun went through the glass bottle. No. So there's nothing.
It's caused by people being stupid.
What would smoking and dashing a cigarette somewhere?
No, you're close. But
my final guess. Go on. Something stupid. Okay, the thing is playing with fire, but
they went to the desert. Yeah.
So basically, campfire.
So what it was during the day. They went to the desert and they went to a place full of dry and like very flammable things around them. Like for example,
So fuel for combustion.
no, it was fuel for combustion. So as in like there was dead trees everywhere.
So
Very
it's a
dry.
lot of
It's
work.
dry season. So as soon as it catches fire, it will grow, spread quickly. Obviously, it's California, and there was bare dryness. It was gender reveal party. Yeah,
What's a what?
gender reveal party. I said that bare fast. Do you know what that
There's
is?
a gender reveal part. Yeah, when
Yep.
it's a boy or a girl.
Usually
the pink and the blue.
Usually people cut cakes and whatever. Obviously, America's taken to the extreme. They shoot something from afar, explodes. I told you what it is. So they decide to use fireworks.
Oh, fireworks caused it.
Yeah, in the middle of the day.
Oh.
Bear in mind, you in the middle of the day you use fireworks. This happened a couple of days ago, but in the middle of the day you use fireworks.
No, but let's be fair though. Like fireworks for gender reveal, that's something
That's a
someone
bit-
would do.
That's extreme, but fam. Like,
no, I wouldn't say it's extreme.
Nah,
It depends. It depends. It's not.
like balloon
I'm
popping,
not saying-
safe. Cake cutting,
I'm
safe.
not saying a firework display for a gender reveal.
It's like a fat
But if you
box.
let off one or like
One is fine. It's a fat box filled with fireworks that went off a bit, and it wasn't fireworks. It was like one of those grounded fireworks. It doesn't go too high in it. It was like that, and like fam, it literally caught everything else on fire, and it spread quick. It was like 100 acres already been more than that, 100,000 acres, something like that's been burnt from it.
100,000
So,
acres.
let me check before I.
No, but
check
that
statistics.
that part of the what's the best word to
There's
use?
a map for it.
Rainforest. No, it's not rainforest, is it? Like an ecosystem.
Okay,
There's
so
a-
this is from the California.
that area.
yeah.
That area would have a lot of like dry
Yeah.
grass probably. and
So
like you said,
if I
wood
cut to my screen
and
again,
so forth. I need to
um,
get this
so
hood off.
this.
Oh look, everyone! I cut off my curls by the way.
Wait, they can't see you. Your face is
oh,
literally
they
off screen.
can't see.
Put your face
You'll
on
see
screen.
it. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Cut off the curls.
So this is the California government website. Yeah. So
the red is the
the red
fires?
is current fire. So this one, if I click.
Oh, it's actually happening right now.
So this one is the one near. Is it California?
Wait. Zoom out.
Yeah.
Zoom out. Just let's look at the state of California.
Okay. Let's.
By the way, which is bigger than the British
UK.
Isles, right? It's bigger than the UK.
Okay.
You're telling me that
So California's down here. man.
there's like 15 fires at one
Yeah.
time going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. These are still.
Why aren't they putting them out?
These are still active.
Is it
They
a co-
are.
is it
They
a
can't. It's
COVID?
difficult. It's difficult, bro.
Is it a COVID situation where people are not working, they're at home on furlough?
Yeah. No. Well, there are firefighters. There's not more. It's more than they can handle.
Bro,
So
this would never happen in the UK, but UK is considerably smaller
Yeah.
size.
So thing. So
But
like for example, this one here is the SCU. I think this is a San Jose fire near San Francisco.
active ingredients. It even tells you what's being caught
Yeah.
on
So
fire.
like for example, this one is 97% contained as of 6 a.m. This one here, which is the one above San Francisco. So San Francisco is here. This is above it. This one is 94% contained, so they've almost got a handle of it. But like for example, there's this one, Creek Fire. Yeah, it is in the middle of the forest. Yeah, it's 0% contained. It's already burnt 175,000 acres.
Whoa.
It's already burnt. It started on the 4th of September.
Land must be quite cheap there if you think about it.
For living out, it
Do you
starts.
think land is cheap there?
Yeah,
In those areas which are very high risk of being flammable.
of course. Bear in mind, it's because anything away from the city is cheap. It's like London. As soon as you go outside of M25, prices drop. So essentially, as soon as you find out, like you can, for example, you can buy a 1-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom apartment inside the city zone 1 in UK.
You
in
can't,
London.
but you could try this.
No,
yeah.
if you were to buy, it'll be what, a couple million, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah,
the
you
more
can buy-
expensive ones, but yeah.
Okay, so bare minimum, 1-bedroom apartment in Central, 1 million.
Well, yeah, you can say that.
Arguably.
It'll be a
One-
crappy one, but yeah, on then. A
Say
million.
2 million.
a million.
a
Say
million. So, but if you were to buy a plot of land outside of London, you get a decent amount for a million, isn't it? A
For
decent.
a million outside of London, you'd get a lot.
You can get a decent farm,
yeah,
decent sized
you'd
farm.
get a farm,
In
yeah.
America, you can get 3 times that, if I'm not mistaken. Outside
Wow.
local cities, obviously, bro,
Wow.
land is not scarce there.
That's true, yeah.
But
you're
bear in
right.
mind, like,
yeah,
if
when
you
we
c-
drove, remember?
yeah,
How
if
much was empty?
If you go to like rural,
Clark.
is it rural areas where there's literally nothing there?
Rural.
You have to pay, like, you can buy a mad plot, or you can buy a city-side plot of land for less than a million. Yeah.
Say that again.
A city-sized plot of land.
City-sized.
But bear in mind, it's the middle of nowhere. You have no electricity.
The size of a city.
The size of a very small city. Yeah.
That, bro, that's like 10-mile radius.
Say that. Bear in mind, there's no electricity. There's no electricity, no plumbing, no nothing. So it'll cost you like nearly tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions, to put plumbing there, electricity there,
to get all the infrastructure,
to get the infrastructure alone to put it. So that's why it's cheap, because there's nothing there. You can buy the land, safe, buy it from the government. They'll probably give it to you, but there's nothing there.
But if it's close enough to the grid lines, you can get the electricity straight off the
Then
grid.
it won't be as cheap. Do you get my point?
Oh,
If it's
price
further,
would be up, price would have been
okay,
higher.
let me go back to this. But yeah, that's my point. So like, yeah, but that's like America. So
Oh, shout out to Gonzalo, my boy, Gonzalo. Big yourself up, bro.
But yeah, so that's that. So that's the San Fran. That's America. That's Cali fires for you. They can't handle it. It's a bit much. It's a bit much.
Talking about America and talking about I was trying to do.
Go on. Listen.
Should we try?
You go. This is Moses' first segue.
Yeah.
Okay, we're currently discussing California fires.
California fires and something else that heated up the news is. Do you like that?
I like that. That's a good one. Heating up the news.
Heating up the news is on Twitter.
Yep.
Americans are going towards Twitter, and this is trending right now. Number one trending on Twitter.
Yep.
Cancel Netflix. Ask me why.
Why are they cancelling Netflix?
They are cancelling Netflix because there is a film. Now, I'm not sure if this is a Netflix original film or not.
This is Netflix.
It's a film called Cuties.
Yeah.
It is based, I think, in France or a French-speaking country.
Yep.
And what the people are saying that it sexualizes minors.
It is a French coming-of-age drama.
Yeah. Is it a feature film or is it like a series?
It is a film.
Okay.
The release date was in January. Bear in mind, January 2020.
Yeah.
But it's a film it's a coming-of-age comedy.
It says Mignones in French.
It has nothing to do with Netflix. Netflix just bought it for their website.
Okay, so it's not a Netflix production.
It doesn't say it was produced by Netflix. It was.
But they might have bought them. BAC Films.
That's distributed by.
Okay.
Distributed by Back Films.
Okay.
The production company is Buen Productions and French Free Cinema.
Okay.
So it's a film about 11-year-old immigrant girl called Amy. I'm just reading the plot of Wikipedia, by the way, so don't think it's spoiled. IMDb. If it's on IMDb, yeah, go on. Let me find IMDb quickly. But yeah, go Monson, why is there hate?
Okay, so like I said, they are saying that it sexualizes minors. Minors being children under the age of, well, in this country it's 16, but in France maybe it's less. But these girls are, maybe they are older compared to
the acting age.
Because acting age. So I think they are playing girls 11, 12 years old. They are probably 14, 15, 16.
The legal age for France is 15.
Yeah. These girls ain't 15-year-olds. Well, they're not playing 15-year-olds. Yeah. However, if you are, would you be so kind to play the trailer?
I can't play the trailer.
Actually, don't do it just for
I can't play the trailer because I will get copyright for sure.
Not even that. You don't need to play it. But people, if you can go watch it, go on YouTube, just type in Cuties,
tell us what you think as well. Why not?
Have a look yourself. If you want my personal opinion, because I don't really find like young girls attractive or anything like that, I wasn't bothered by it. But when I started looking for the sexualization that people are talking about, I could see it. I could identify it.
But bear in mind, this is so it is about coming of age. So if you look at Sex Education, the Netflix TV show, it's about okay. So
I know what you're talking about.
I love it. It's amazing.
It's quite funny.
Amazing. Long story short, it's about teenagers around 15 year 10 year 11
popping their cherries.
About popping their cherries and being very sexualized. It's like they talk about dildos, they talk about very sexual content. It's very
so it's like Sex and the City for kids.
Essentially, yeah. But it's not made for kids.
Teenagers.
It's made for teenagers.
Fair
but
enough.
it's literally about people understanding, like it talks about gay sex, talks about like, for example, all the misconceptions and stuff, because one of the students, their mom is a sex therapist. So the student knows a lot about sex.
It's Thing. She's a British actor.
She's a
X-Files. What's her name?
Yes, it's her. I forgot
her name now.
But and the
it's on top of my tongue as well.
The main kid actor is also a very famous one. Education. But yeah, it's a really good show. I really like it.
What's her name? She's really pretty as well.
But no, but it's based. It's a British comedy. Her name.
I forgot her name.
Is
Gillian Anderson.
Yeah,
that's
one.
it.
Yeah, but so it's a really good show. But you could take on the same premise that okay, maybe they're slightly younger in Cuties. I haven't seen Cuties, haven't seen the trailer. I'm just going what he says and reading the brief plot description.
Watch the trailer, make your own judgment on it. Am I gonna watch the film? No.
I probably won't either.
Am I gonna cancel my Netflix? No.
I haven't paid for Netflix like 10 years, so like.
But I mean, like, I understand the commotion. I understand.
We are talking about Cuties, the Netflix movie that just got released.
That? Diamonds and
Pearls.
Diamonds and Pearls. Is that what I think it is?
No idea.
You don't know who that is?
I have no idea. I've never, I don't know.
I think I know who that is.
Who's that?
I think where I parked my car. We went to Portugal.
Oh, probably yeah.
So hello, Diamonds and Pearls. We're talking about Cuties.
The
trailer.
Watch it. We're also comparing it to Sex Education on Netflix as well. But that's what I'm saying. So like, it is about coming of age. So yes, it may be more sexualized and it's a bit inappropriate.
Okay.
Bear in mind.
But you haven't seen the trailer. So let me explain it to you.
Go on.
So imagine, who does this stuff in music videos? I don't know. So imagine, the closest I can think of is like Moulin Rouge. Okay. Genevieve, what you call it? Rush Hour 3.
Okay.
But 9-year-old girls doing it.
Thing is, bear in mind, this is based on France.
Oh, Rewind Selector. One of my greatest films I've ever watched. I really enjoyed this film. Guys, watch it if you can. Mean Girls.
Have you
seen Mean Girls?
I've seen it time ago.
Do you remember the Jingle Bell Rock? Sorry, the Jingle Bell Rock.
I think so.
Jingle Bell, they do the whole dance thing. Yeah. Imagine 12-year-old or 9-year-old girls doing it. Because the way they did it was really sexualized.
Yeah.
So imagine 9-year-old girls doing that.
That is a bit mad. That is crazy. Is a bit mad. That's the thing,
and they're wearing hot pants and like.
Okay, I'm not defending it. All I'm saying is, it's based in France, so they're cultural and whatever. Like, they ban burqas there. They're clearly not right in their head. Oh, that's the door.
I'll get you. Carry on.
You carry on.
Oh, what about myself?
No, I'll be 5 seconds.
Savrex, like and subscribe, everybody. Tell us how you feel about the show. Check out the trailer for Cuties. I promise you, it's not as bad as people are saying it, but then again, it may have been tailored just because it's been a big uproar. So check it out.
It depends on your personal preference. But bear in mind.
Hey.
Hello. Yeah, new set. But no, yeah. So if it's France, innit? So it's different. In France, it's different. Their culture, their cultural. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of obviously.
What would you say? What do you call that? Cultural.
It's their cultural, like.
I would say worldview, but it's not even. That's not.
It's not even that. It's not even that. But like,
it's the custom.
It's their cultural customs, innit? It's what they're used to, what they know. Obviously, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm like, they need to fix up. They ban burqas, bro, but they allow masks. Think up. But.
They're banned all religious artifacts.
That's not.
You can't. We wouldn't be allowed to wear this. You have to tuck it in.
It's not a religious artifact. It's a cultural artifact.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or if it was a crucifix, you'd have to put it in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they need to relax a bit. But like, that's France for you. They make weird movies.
France banned the burqa but allows nude beaches.
Okay. This is. Thank you for bringing that up, by the way. Thank you for bringing that up. That's so true as well. France, I don't know whether it's because of all the wars you've been in or whatever.
No, but
whatever messed up, bro.
No. I don't agree with the French policy, right? And I believe that women should be allowed to wear what they want to wear. Okay.
No, but
however,
go on.
Let's be fair. Pardon?
Didn't show up on my sub feed.
Because you don't subscribe.
Anyway, there's some cake in the fridge if you want. Go ahead. There's no one's claimed it. So I was gonna say, the law is that you're not allowed any religious artifacts. Yeah, religious artifacts. So you're not allowed to wear crucifix. You're not allowed to wear the Star of David. You have to tuck that in under your shirt. So the burqa is considered a religious artifact.
It's a public artifact.
And also, it's mainly for like like banks and schools and colleges and universities and hospitals. It's not for out on road.
Okay, that just gave me a thing, by the way. What? That's technically a good idea. I've never thought of this. Maybe this is probably not their mindset. They're probably just racist. But hiding your artifacts in public, hiding your artifacts in public could minimize on attacks.
Say that again.
Minimizing the artifacts being shown, maybe minimizing the if I hide my religious chain,
safety.
It's safety. So I've never thought about that, and it probably is or like decrease racial profiling, racial aggression, racial crimes, like
racially aggravated crimes. Yes.
So maybe that's their mindset, but their priority is way out of whack. Like, thank you, Diamonds and Pearls, for mentioning that their priorities are kind of out of whack, because you don't allow burqas, which is technically a type of face covering and protection, because I am protecting myself.
No, but you got that's not a burqa though, is it?
No, but
Let's
like,
be real. It's
yeah,
that,
it's like
and
that
you
and
got
the
the
hair,
whole
yeah.
desert storm. You got to do the whole.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, but
The
I
front
doubt
of
they
it.
will allow me in my desert scarf covering my face.
They should do, but
No, but they want. That's what I'm
maybe
saying.
it's got a government policy that has to be government standard
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
But that's France for you. They make sex movies and
Talking
Yeah,
about
proper
religion and you know religious artifacts and so forth, a lot of us were commemorating Muharram.
Yep.
As one of the
2 weeks late. But
yeah, we are late, but we were busy with Muharram commemorations.
yeah.
That's why we couldn't do the podcast and so forth. So this year, whatchamacallit, was the first
Yeah.
we've actually experienced the Muharram in a lockdown,
Yes.
I believe. So I mean, as a
It was actually very difficult.
I mean, both of us, we come from that community.
Yeah.
I'll start off with you because obviously you're more involved in organizations and behind the scenes
I would
of
hope so.
majority of the English and classically
Yes.
the Arabic and stuff.
Have you
That's
tried it?
that's from
Oh, that's from Akbar last day.
Ashura, probably.
Yeah. See, even he's discussing about it.
Yeah, Okal, bro. That's Barakah of Abu Abdullah.
It's fine. It's fine. See, even like, so you were talking about
I was gonna say that. Look,
the
you've been
difficulties in lockdown. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what were the challenges and what were the
So-
differences? How did you find Muharram this year?
So for me, it's quite different. For me, it was kind of similar, same as last year, on the sole fact that I work during. This is like my peak working.
Before you start, just for those of you guys who don't know about Muharram and the commemorations, please watch Imam Hussein TV3. We do a lot of coverage. I will explain a lot. However, if not, a quick breakdown. Shia Muslims for 10 days, for 10 nights.
The
hold
first 10 nights of the Islamic year.
The first 10 nights of the Islamic year. So the New Year's Day, if you want to call it that, the Islamic New Year's Day and up to the 10th, they hold lectures, programs, workshops, events. Sometimes there's theatrical plays, but it is all first of all to educate and also to remember the struggle to commemorate the struggle, the battle, and the massacre that happened on the plains of Karbala, 61 AD, I believe it was.
Yes. 61
Oh,
AD.
thank you. Not AD, sorry.
AH.
AH, not AD.
The AD,
AH.
that's like 1400 years ago.
Yeah,
So it's
I'm
around
lying.
600 AD, given that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, we can do that maths now, innit? You said what, 61 AH?
Yeah.
So we're the
It would have been 700 and something.
so look, the Arabic year currently is 1442. Yep.
Yeah,
So
142.
you want to minus 61 because you said 61 AH, which was 1380.
81 years ago.
1,381 years ago.
Okay,
So you do
minus
2020 minus 1,381 years ago, which is 639
Anno
AD.
Domini.
Yeah. So 639 AD.
Yeah.
So
So 7th century.
where obviously you were talking about the battle cover, which is the
We just stopped calling it a battle though, because it wasn't a battle.
That's the massacre.
It was a massacre. That's what we do. I don't know who converted or translated the scriptures, but the English community have reached out to me because
Yep.
mine's multicultural and interfaith like that. They said that you should call it the massacre
massacre.
because that's what it is.
And that it happened to the grandson of the Prophet and his
Yes.
families and his companions. So obviously, as Moses explained, that to the 10 days we hold programs where people come in attendance, whether they watch online or attend the actual center, to educate and to commemorate and obviously to mourn what
Indeed.
happened on those
I guess
days.
it's similar to like when you pick a day to remember World War victims or
Yeah, it's like Memorial Day.
any Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I know the Jewish community like to remember the Holocaust and those who passed
Yeah.
away. So it's similar to that people died and this and that for a greater cause, but for us, because it was so brutal, so graphic, and
It can't be just a day.
yeah, so tragic.
Technically, so
It
the
is, that is a day. It's just that we have continued the traditions
yeah,
of our forefathers
Yes.
and of
yeah.
those
So
who brought the traditions to us,
the
including the
initial cause and the initial I forgot what it is, but the main event is spread across 10 days, while the main event day being Ashur. I'm good,
Can I
thank
sit?
you. You can sit down and watch.
We
We
have
have,
join us if you want.
We have oat milk if you like. I'm very. Oh, okay.
There's plenty of space, bro.
So the event day is on the 10th day, but leading up to those 10 days, we discuss about it.
Yeah.
And then the next month, we continue our commemorations. Obviously, not to the
But
same
it's-
extent as the
yeah,
first 10 days.
yeah,
Not
it's
we don't go
not
as
as
out
intense,
and as
yeah.
intense. but we do carry on. So every year we do this. Obviously, the Arabic calendar changes compared to the Georgian calendar.
Yeah. So it's 13 days back.
It goes back
2
13
weeks
days.
roughly
It
every
goes
year.
10
So
days give or take.
We have Muharram in different seasons.
So this is the first time that Ashur and the first 10 days of Muharram is in summer,
end of summer,
before school starts. So it's kind of like, but it was also lockdown. So it was the first lockdown that I ever helped plan or was involved.
Let me take your interview.
First
First of all, did you enjoy it?
Well, it's not something you can enjoy. It's about commemorating.
Did
But
you?
yes, I did.
Did you have a pleasant experience?
Yes, it was the experience relatively was very enjoyable and pleasant. Yes.
Meaning, would you have done it again like this?
Of course, like it's one of the things that has to happen. Like if it doesn't happen, my life doesn't feel like, because obviously everyone has a routine. This is part of my.
By the way, are we allowed to mention the organization?
Preferably not
Okay.
at this moment.
So
Maybe they're not comfortable.
Okay, fair enough. The organization and the programs that we were attending, I thought were very, very professional.
They were
not just professional, very, very impressive.
Yes.
In the way that they stuck to the guidelines provided by the government.
So obviously we're based in London. I'm not going to say the actual names, but there were 4 or 5 programs held, especially in the northwest region. Yeah.
Less maybe, but not. They weren't open to the. But they're all open to the public.
It was like invitation based to some extent.
I know.
I
thought some were just for online purposes only. That's it.
Some of them were online only. Some of them didn't allow attendance. Attendees. Sorry. But there was most of them did have attendance. There was one obviously down the road here.
Bro, your topic is Premier League and Cuties. Why are you talking about Majority?
Yeah, we get into that. We're talking about COVID-19.
We've done Cuties, bro.
We've done it, bro. Where are you?
We did the San Francisco fire. We did the Beirut fire that which happened to. Bro, watch the podcast. Why are you not supporting our podcast?
I like it.
You're like our PR manager.
Okay. So as an IT guy, I'm like the go-to guy, one of the go-to guys in our community. The other guy's sitting in front of me eating some out-of-date food.
How is it, by the way?
So like it was down to us, like me, him, and like 1 or 2 other people, to make sure, because most of them we provide the IT support, and not everyone was at their local centers.
Indeed.
One of them couldn't do it at their center because they couldn't pass COVID rules because maybe no ventilation or whatever. I don't know the exact things, but maybe it was too small or whatever. So they had to go hire out a hall. That's one of them. Obviously, all these centers in this day and age, all of them have online presence. All of them do.
Yeah.
So one of them, obviously, everyone would pick a new empty location and start from scratch. So all cameras and IT stuff needs to be done from scratch. So one of the centers was done by the guy in front of me. He did most of it. He set up the cameras, got everything, and it was got up and running. And then it was all plug and play.
Oh, was that the TED Talks one?
No, this was the one in Park Royal.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So there was one there. That was quite simple. That one was based in Arabic. We made it so simple that it was plug and play that anyone could attend to it.
I attended that one. It was really, really nice.
There was a second one which is the TED Talk style one.
That was really impressive actually.
That one
I really enjoyed, and I thought it was very educational.
Yep. And as technical point of view, that one again was set up from scratch. Everyone set everything up. That's the one he attended to and was supporting. There was another one next to that as well, which I think was the main event for that one. And that main event one was very strict. Because they had obviously the most attendance, I think, throughout the whole.
Arguably the most popular,
the most go-to one, online and in attendance.
And in the Muharram.
Period. They had, and like I wasn't behind the scenes much on the whole setting up. I was more the technical side for that program, but I had the glimpse of it, and it was very difficult because obviously we have loads of volunteers, and only a majority of them were trained, but the rest couldn't volunteer in the same COVID capacity, but.
They didn't need them. Because there was less people.
Yeah.
You didn't need that many volunteers.
Yeah. So like,
I guess it was nice as well that some of the usual volunteers that we see were sitting inside the Majalis.
We're actually sitting and attending
the program
instead of running around helping around.
Which I think is quite
nice.
So
all the COVID-related officers were all qualified. They all had their COVID training. Obviously, it wasn't open to the public per se. You had to register your attendance. Obviously. Given whole COVID guidelines, sign up, name, address, to obviously for the track and trace as well. The track and trace was really, really important.
When you got there, First thing was get your mask.
A mask, temperature check.
If you didn't have a mask, masks were provided.
Yep.
Temperature check.
Yep. Desanitization stand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also registration to make sure that you were registered, that you're not just turning up.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure that you registered, had your name and your address and so forth.
The seating arrangement was amazing. Obviously,
That
they follow the
was
rules.
very
They
good.
put stickers on the floor. They put literally, as well as having the traditional Muharram banners around the side and traditional of that, they had the stickers and they had the COVID stickers. Be like, make sure you wash your hands.
Oh, we're forgetting the main thing.
What?
The screen in front of the speaker.
Oh,
There was a massive.
was it acrylic screen or something?
It must have been.
But it was a massive glass
It must have
style
been.
screen, like what you get in Uber drivers or what you get in your stores where they protect the guy. Literally, the main speaker who said, what would you call that? The mambar, what would you call that? The podium. Yeah.
I was
arguably.
going to say altar, but altar's more of a desk.
Yeah. So the
Just call it
podium
the
slash
main
altar.
chair
Yeah,
room.
there was a massive screen in front of it to protect him from them and them from him, and obviously following all the guidelines. The 2 meter distance everywhere, and it was really, really good. And obviously, I had the opportunity to IT there as well and help there. I did help with the setup a little bit, not too much, because mashallah, the youth now came to this year very well. Like each one of us, we originated from one center, but we branched out this year, and literally.
That's the academy. Don't go and learn.
But all of them did very well.
Shout out to Ari.
Each center did very well. It was very good. Very minimal technical issues. Apart from 1 or 2 people, obviously, not either doing something wrong or pressing 1 or 2 incorrect buttons or contacting the wrong people. Apart from those things, I'm firing shots here, but it's to no one.
Blanks.
Everything was fine and it was great. And obviously, it felt a bit weird because we couldn't do our traditional commemorating. For example, on one of the nights. Most centers and locations didn't have lotum, or what's the equivalent for that?
Self-expressive eulogies.
There's that.
Do you like that? Lotum. Self-expressive eulogies.
So no. I think only 1 or 2 places had that. No one else had that because they couldn't do it. It's very difficult for COVID restrictions. And another thing was Meshach on the 9th night.
Yes.
No one did that because COVID. It was very difficult.
Indeed.
I don't know what's that in English.
What, Meshach?
Yeah, the thing on the 9th night.
I would call it.
Dome sort of
I
things.
would call it the traditional war dance, but some may differ and some may say actually no, it's not a war dance. It's what it is, Mashaq.
Yeah.
But I think it's a war dance.
So it's a form of war dance. That much we can.
No, don't get me wrong. War dance isn't to dance and entertain. It's to actually show strength and to intimidate your opponent. Is that the haka?
Yeah.
You wouldn't call. Some people call it haka a dance, but it's not really a dance.
Yeah.
It's a war dance.
Yeah. So obviously no one did that. Obviously COVID was very difficult. So most people would be like, you know what, I didn't feel like Muharram this year. Or that was the common saying. Some people may have said it on Twitter, some people may have said it online, like, oh, it doesn't feel like Muharram this year. And you know, I kind of get your point, because obviously there wasn't traditional. But you know what, we did very well. I say we, as a community, we did very, very well. We came together very well. We created as best as we could the atmosphere. I've been to almost all locations. Actually, no, yeah, sure, that's fine. Let's do it.
All right, we'll go on to it.
We've been to all the locations. I've only missed out one, but all of them were really good. The atmosphere was there. There was literally something for everyone. You like traditional Arabian style? There's one in there. You like.
But do you know what I liked about this Muharram this year?
What?
There was no rush. There was no panic. There was no like, there's no running around.
Every year.
Very, very calm.
Every year it's first come, first come,
very,
first
very
serve,
organized. There was
like
no issues.
this year you have
There
to
was
sign
no
up
everyone
for
stand up and move forward. None of that.
There was one centre in North London who were having illegal
Majalis
down the road.
in a tent.
in a certain rugby place.
Whoa. I don't know about that.
I've
I know about that. Whoa.
After second
Oh. Hold on. What happened? They got closed down.
number 10,
No, I know who it is, and I know what
they
they've
set up a tent
done.
in the
police closed them down a few days in.
The police closed making sure that they don't continue the
I don't know
program,
details.
or have they actually gone to the organization and they've like said,
I don't know details.
so this
probably
one.
a slap on the wrist.
There you go. You don't follow COVID regulations, police will shut you down. Some
Yeah.
guy put up a tent somewhere in our region and he got
North
shut
London.
down quite quick. But was it wait, is it the same?
Maybe
is
maybe
it
if
the
the
same stadium we went
organization
to last
allowed
time?
like
The same stadium we went to last time.
no, if that organization was a bit more open to like, what's the word?
Oh,
Racial diversity.
I know who you're talking about.
If there was a
Okay.
bit more racial diversity, in their membership schemes, maybe it wouldn't happen.
I just understood that. But yeah, so that's what happens. But one of the main.
Shima was done without the organization knowing about it.
Who knows? I mean, I wasn't invited. It was most likely private behind closed doors. And someone
Also,
ratted them out or
also
whatever.
speaking of closed doors, that loads of people did make their own programs at home,
Indeed.
inviting obviously people like fellow people from their households or like family
Yeah,
members,
yeah.
and held local programs at their own homes.
Indeed.
Some people even screen the ones from YouTube, and everyone came to a location like they would do with football and whatnot. So there was that, and then the main thing about all of this program is that on the 10th night is what most people have their own commemorating rituals that they do. Some
Beautiful rituals. I mean, everyone has.
yeah.
Let's be respectful. That everyone has their own rituals and has
Yep.
something to offer
Yeah.
and something that.
But the
they
one thing they all have in
annually
common,
do.
one thing they all have in common is bloodletting.
Indeed.
Yes, very controversial topic. Very, very. This guy will go ham in depth. Okay, there are a few different ones. There are obviously the sword hitting on the head.
There is, there's this.
What's the
I
other one?
wouldn't say people call it striking of the sword. It's not really striking. It's more. It's what you call it. It's not.
The sword is
Is
hit.
it tapping?
The sword is hitting your head.
Is it
The sword is
cutting?
hitting your head and you bleed. It's not strike. Whatever you want to call it. There's
It's
no.
not people think we go crazy. It's not like that. You know what I mean? It's just really nice and
So
calm and very, very
that one's
dignifiable.
that was called tatbir, where the sword hits the head. There's the other one.
Zanjir,
Zanjir.
which is you have a handle, and it has 4 or 5 chains.
Yep.
Sometimes 9, depending. Sometimes at the end of a chain is a knife, a blade, small one, about that big, and that's swung on backs.
And bear in mind, they don't do it for the sake of doing it. For example, the zanjir, the chains, or the sharp chains, is to have a feeling of what they've went through.
Indeed.
The people who are at the battle or at the massacre, who
Yeah.
had to suffer, maybe not even on the actual battlefield, but after the facts as well.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
everyone was chained up. Everyone,
prisoners. The prisoners
everyone was in
were-
prison. Obviously,
So the survivors were captured, taken as war prisoners, and paraded and humiliated throughout, what today is known as Iraq and also Syria, and so forth. And they were beaten and whipped.
yeah.
And I guess the chains that we hold on our back is to represent,
Similar thing what some Christians do
on Easter time. Yeah,
on Easter time as well.
Some of them have a ritual where they hit their backs with whips.
Yep.
They have a ritual like that.
Some people put
some
they
put
don't
nails through their
nails
hands.
nails
Yeah.
through their hands. Yeah. So it's similar to them to commemorate and like to be.
I guess it's to have a feeling,
Yeah.
and it's also like to experience
Yeah.
what they went through and to bring you closer.
Yeah.
But not just that. Let's take the element of grieving as well. That
People grieve in different ways.
People grieve in different ways. Some people are
Some people
silent.
Some people
Some
cry.
people cry.
Some
Some
people
don't cry.
people hit-
Some
literally yeah.
hit their heads against walls. Some don't. It all depends. There's a film I watched, old school, Samuel Jackson. It's called Shaft. Have you seen it?
Oh,
Have
I
you seen
want to
that
watch the
film?
new one. The new one's kind of sick.
Have you
with
seen
this-
Shaft, the old one?
I haven't seen the old one, no, but
Watch
I've seen
the old
I've seen
Shaft,
clips of
right?
it.
There's a scene where there's the main nemesis is his
Yep.
name's Peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his brother gets shot
Ooh.
in the car, and he sees his brother, and just watch what he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
See if you can you get it out? You can't show it
I can't
actually
show it.
because it's
But
blood.
no, it's like when you
But
get, for example, when you
basically,
s-
I'll
yeah.
explain. He gets up, he's got a screwdriver or a knife, and he's like, "You killed my brother. You better kill me." But he's doing this. He's hurting himself like this. He's stabbing himself while saying it. He goes, "You better kill me. You better kill me now."
Yeah.
And he's making obviously he starts to making
Yeah.
whole cuts and he's bleeding.
Yeah.
This is some people may say, "Oh," because some people look at our bloodletting and think that it's not natural, when it's actually the opposite.
Yeah.
It's very, very common and very, very natural.
Some people punch wood. Like when you lose a loved one, you go crazy.
Indeed.
And to be honest, he is loved by many. It's all about the grandson of the prophet.
Yeah.
The same way you would love your prophets of your religion, or the role models or the icons of your religion
Yeah.
or of your followings. The same premise here. They love the grandchild of the prophet,
Mhm.
and this is how they want to show their affection.
Express,
So
yeah,
express
express their love.
their affection.
And
Yeah.
express their grief.
Yeah.
I think personally, I think it's one of the most beautiful things we have in
Mhm.
our culture, and the brotherhood that we have amongst that as well is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And obviously, all of this was on the first 10 days of Muharram, which
Yeah.
was mid-August, which was
Indeed.
around the first day was around the 19th.
Yeah, it finished 29th, 30th.
Yeah.
Some did it on the 28th, I think, on the Friday.
Yeah.
No, sorry, the Saturday, 28th.
Yeah.
And then
Obviously, the Arabic
20
calendar is based on the moon. Obviously, looking at the right dates. So
Yeah.
the first of Muharram was approximately Thursday, Friday, 18th, 19th
Yeah.
of August.
August.
Just before that, we went on a holiday. So we were enjoying ourselves just before the whole commemorating began.
We did.
And obviously,
much needed break.
it was much needed. We went to Portugal. We were with our boy
Lisboa.
Gonzalo.
Yeah, big
Jeez.
up Gonzalo.
We went
And
to-
I know a big shout out to his family that let us stay in his house
Yep.
as well. That's really nice.
I do want to. Yeah, we haven't taken time to thank you for allowing us the opportunity to stay at your lovely abode. It was very nice. I did enjoy it.
It was in the ghetto.
And then it was good.
But I like it. We're ghetto people. We're block people. You know what I mean? So it was alright for us.
They took us and showed us great locations in and around Portugal. We really enjoyed it. We met a few friends there, including them themselves, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And it's actually mad. I would love to go again. It was only a
100%.
weekend.
We went for
holiday.
3 days, innit?
It was only for 3 days.
Friday, yeah, we got there on
Friday
Friday
set-
morning. We
yep.
got there, and we left Monday morning.
Monday morning. So it was 3 days, 4 nights, give or take.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I really enjoyed myself. And while I was there, I was battling something called depression because I haven't got my license when I was 20. I was very upset. I was going through this mad stress, mad headache
I was
because
driving on the other side of the road.
he was driving. Oh, bro.
We had some experiences.
Oh my God, drivers there are crazy. You can't hack it, bro. There's no speed cameras, anything.
Oh, that's the best part about it.
It's the
That's
best
the best
and
part
worst.
of Lisbon. No speed
Imagine.
cameras.
So it's in This
Go.
is in kilometers miles an hour. Bear in mind, kilometers per hour.
Uh.
We're going around 100, 120, which is kind of average on a motorway.
80, 90.
80,
miles per
so it's
hour, yeah.
kind of average. We don't get those speeds here, but it's kind of
Felt
average.
like a lot more though. 'Cause I think the car was smaller. That's why the
Yeah.
engine must have been small.
But
That's why it felt like
it
was
felt
going
like
fast.
it felt quite fast because obviously you see triple digits as well. You feel faster
Yeah.
as well. But imagine you're on the fast lane going 120, 80 miles an hour. You're like, yeah, oh, fast. People are behind you saying, move over.
Yeah.
Because they're going, I don't know, 100, 110, 120 miles per hour.
No.
That's like 160.
Tell you, I mean,
160 kilometers.
yeah, that's what they're
fast.
hitting.
Well, that's like 110.
'Cause the max I hit was about 140, but that was downhill as well.
Yeah.
So uphill going, 120 was the highest I could hit. And these guys were coming zooming past
180.
me.
180,
160,
around 110 miles an hour.
Yeah,
that's
that's what
fast.
they're driving at,
That,
man. That's
if
mad.
you do that in UK,
That's
you'll
mad.
get arrested and lose your license.
You get banned, yeah.
Literally, because like
If
the
there's a
legal,
traffic officer, be on the spot. You
Yeah.
can't even drive your car back. You're stuffed.
but it's mad. So that's driving in Portugal, and obviously driving on the left-hand side gave me some encouragement. And obviously this is Corona pandemic. You couldn't do your licenses. No one can do their tests. I applied for emergency test because I was under the category of that I could apply. I applied for emergency test since lockdown began because I was meant to do my test when lockdown began back in February. I was waiting for my test. I was very frustrated. I did not get my test. It was only phone call bookings for the test, and obviously during Corona, no one was. No, the call centers were terrible, so I couldn't get my test done. And bear in mind, my theory was expiring on Thursday, 18th of August. Yeah, and I was in Portugal that weekend, so I was enjoying myself but stressing a bit about my driving. And you kind of know, you saw like I tried to calm down as much, but luckily I got an email saying you can book online, not over the phone, online. I got gassed.
Yeah.
I booked straight away, no hesitation. Yeah, he was there. He saw I made phone calls. Who can come with me? Who can take my car? And I did it, and it was mad. And I booked my test 2 days before my theory expired.
Wow.
2 days. So this adventure
Kinda
started
close.
2 years ago when I first done my theory. That's when I first started driving, so to speak. I paid so many money for lessons. I had 3 different teachers, or technically 4. 3 different teachers. The 4th teacher was like my uncle, and it was mad hectic. And I was walking into my driving test. Yeah, I woke up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start driving. I went to get my car. Met my uncle. We got my car, and I'm like, okay, cool. We saw the car. We're like, okay, this is not roadworthy. There was some stuff that needs to be changed for it to be roadworthy. So we drove around London. Crazy. Bear in mind, I'm gonna set the scene by the way. This is 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
My test was at 2:40.
Oh.
So it's a short time frame. I met my uncle at 11 in the morning. We went to my car because I did the test in my own car, not some driving instructor,
Yeah.
my own car. So it was a bit difficult. So we're like, okay, we got to the car. We saw the car. We're like, okay, this needs a clean. Okay, we want to represent ourselves quite well. It's like walking to an interview. So we got our car cleaned. We're like, yes, cool, the car's clean now. We looked at the car, we analyzed it because like it needs to be roadworthy. Obviously, MOT, it wasn't due for a long time, so it's kind of difficult. So we just had to check the car ourselves. Was the tires okay? This was okay. We found out the tires were not okay. They were borderline okay. So we're like, we can't risk that. Let's change the tires. Bear in mind, this is now 12 in the afternoon. 2 hours before my test. We're like, headache. So we got the tires changed. We're like, okay, what's next? My uncle asked me, this is your car, innit? I'm like, yes, it's my car. He's like, okay. Do you have your paperwork to prove it? I'm like, not in the car.
Logbook and then
The logbook. So you need to have your insurance papers, MOT certificate, logbook, your it was a bunch of papers, my everything. He's like, do you have all of these with you? I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, okay, we need to get them. So I went to my house, search. Bear in mind, I called my brother before. I'm like, we need to find all this stuff.
Yeah.
So he found it. He was searching. He couldn't find anything. I'm like, damn, I have to drive back home now. We drove back home. I was searching for all my files. I just found my logbook. Just my logbook. And I'm like, okay, what else do I need? Oh, I need my MOT certificate, insurance certificate. I'm like, okay. My uncle's like, yeah, let's go to the office. Let's print.
By the way, you should keep that in the car anyway. Not your logbook, because if
Never
your
keep
logbook goes missing,
Your car's gone.
you can technically someone
Legally steal the car.
they can
Yeah.
legally
Yeah.
can steal the car. But MOT certificate and insurance certificate,
Yeah.
just keep copies in your car.
But obviously,
I do. I keep copies.
as a
in
new
my
driver, I did not know that. So,
car. Oh yeah, yeah, obviously.
So we quickly like, okay, this is like now 12:30, 1 o'clock. Okay, let's quickly go to the office, print out all the papers. So what do? We print out the MOT certificate. You just go on gov.com and see when it passed and just print it off. That's, to be honest, that's fine. And then insurance, I'm like, okay, I went on my email. I'm like, okay, I had to get my learner's insurance because I was a learner. I got my learner's insurance printed off. I'm like, okay, we got these 2 papers. What's missing? I'm like, shit. I got my V5. I got my MOT. I got my learner's insurance. But what do I need? I need my emergency certificates, where, because obviously I need to do emergency test. I've got a document saying why I need my emergency test.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, that's at the office, the office where I work at, I volunteer at, and I go there. I got my certificate. I'm like, okay, cool. And there was like, it was 2 o'clock.
Whoa.
This was 2 o'clock.
And 2:45 was your test.
2:39 to be
2:39.
exact.
All right.
2:39 was the test because they book. I don't know why they book at odd numbers. They book at 39 and 46. They're very weird. They don't do the dots. But anyway, I was like, okay, we got like half an hour to get to my test because you need to be there for 10 to 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
So we get like, oh damn, I need to just go to the test. Go to the test. I had to make sure I had to have my provisional license on me.
Yeah.
So much headache. But imagine in the day I've done what you people do in a week. So it was not even a day, in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool, let's drive. There was bad traffic as well. I'm like, damn, because this test center was the only open one in like a 10-mile radius. It was very difficult. So we drove to it. We got there, I think 5 minutes before my test. Obviously, then we had to find the test center because I've never been to that test center. So I had to go find it. We found it. We parked up. Okay, and I'm breathing heavily. I'm stressed. I got my mask on. I'm like, oh, I got all my paperwork. Everything is nice sealed. Not sealed, but nice like paper envelope for A4 and that. Everything's ready. The guy came out. I'm like, okay, I'm profiling here. I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, where's he from? Does he look like he's gonna pass me? He's gonna be a bit prejudiced against me and whatnot. I'm like, okay, shit. I was waiting for him to come look at the car. I had to make sure, bruv. I had to make sure because like he started looking at my L plates. I'm like, oh, he's gonna screw me over my L plates.
Yeah.
He's not in the right position or whatever. He saw he's like, you need to move that L plate, move that one there. I'm like, damn. But we did all of that. He let us drive in the car, so it was fine. And I was hoping for him to like, where's your paperwork? Is this your car? Because obviously all student cars have their pedals on the passenger side.
Yeah.
My one didn't have that, so he obviously got the clocked. But he came and he wiped down the whole car. He spent like 5 minutes cleaning the car before he sat down.
Why? Oh, for
COVID.
COVID. Yeah.
And then he's like, show me your license. Obviously, he didn't take my license. He's like, drop on the floor. He put it there. He scanned it like that. He's like, okay, that's good. You can take it now. He didn't ask for any paperwork. I'm like, well, that's a waste of life.
Yeah.
I wasted 2 hours stressing.
No. It's, you know what I mean? Luck favors the prepared.
Yeah. So didn't check any paperwork. It was fine. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm chilling a bit. We went driving. Usually test costs usually around 40 minutes to an hour.
Depends how good you are. If you're a good driver, it's 20 minutes.
Yeah. So that's what it was for me.
Yeah. If they're confident,
It was worth it.
They're confident in you and they feel safe. There's 20 minutes to that.
So I did driving. I did get a few minors, but listen, no one's perfect. No one's gonna get 0 minors, bro. Like especially in London, you're surrounded by hooligans of drivers.
It's not that. The thing with driving is that it's not what you do. Sometimes it's what other people do.
Yeah.
Other people can fail you.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell? For example, my mate, he was a driving instructor. He used to tell me, he goes, you can go down a one-way street, and if a car comes from the other side, right? Obviously, that guy's a donut, innit?
Yeah.
But if you reverse to let that car go to the side of the side, you failed your test.
And then literally, like, I know someone who failed the test because they got no minors except one serious, which was at a meeting. So you know when cars come, one of them has to pull over so they don't go through. This guy, he didn't stop straight away. He went a bit forward and stopped. That gave him a serious. That's kind of deep.
I was being harsh.
That is pretty harsh. But
There's
bear in
no
mind,
need for that.
time of day for booking as well. I booked in 2 in the afternoon. That's not really good. But technically, it was an emergency test. So, like,
Yeah.
it was kind of different. But when you're booking for a test, always book early in the morning. Why? Because they have to pass a certain amount. And, like, no matter how perfect your driving is, what I've heard, could be wrong, but what I've heard is if you do late ones, they'll probably fail you because they've hit the pass limit. So,
Oh, what? Then what?
yes, apparently.
They can only pass a certain amount a day or something.
Because like maybe that's between the examiners themselves, because if they pass everyone on that day, it's a bit like fishy. Like, who paid them? Do you get me?
Some
Think about if you got a
That's
student,
some
if you got
bullshit.
a student, you got 100 students, yeah,
Bullshit.
yeah. Just think about exam. Everyone passed. Everyone got this almost 100%. Everyone's gonna be fishy. Like, what happened there? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think there's been an investigation. I mean, Razal, maybe we could do a documentary on it.
maybe
Maybe we can go undercover into DVLA and look
Wait.
how.
that's gonna be very difficult, but that's a shout. I know. That's a good idea. But yeah, so I did my test in less than half an hour, so which is below average,
Mhm.
which is the timing. So it was really good. No, so it was above average how quick I did it. Got very little minors. Obviously, I got a couple minors for speeding, but bear in mind it was downhill, a bit difficult, and like you're in like area where it's very quiet, so like speed could creep up on you. But I got a couple minutes for that, but it was fine. And he got back, and I'm there panicking calmly.
Did you
like-
think you failed?
Huh?
Did you think you failed?
Every time I've done my test 5 times. I'm gonna be public.
Woohoo!
I passed on my
5
6th
times.
test.
5 booking teeth.
I failed 5 times and passed on my 6th one. Yeah.
Mashallah. At least you passed, bro.
Every time at the end, I'm listening. I'm like, bruv, I've passed. Okay, I cannot have failed. There's no way I failed because I did perfect driving. On my first 2, I didn't think that because I know where I effed up. I'm like, shit, okay, I failed. That's fine. But the last 3 times, I'm like, I 100% passed. No way I failed. No way. Yeah. So I was looking at his tone because they're like, okay, that was a good test. Well done. No. He's like that. So I literally was like, all of them say at the same time, that was a good test. You drove well, but unfortunately you failed, but you have passed. It's just the same thing. It's very annoying. Okay. And so I was going through the ringer, and my head was killing me. If you want to chat to us, watch us live, okay? Watch us live. Waste man, interrupting my convo. Okay. So he sat down. He opened his book. Bear in mind, so before, they mark off papers for your serious and minors. This guy had an iPad.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, they probably went up. I didn't even use touchscreen. He had a pen. He touched with the pen. He was very sensitive. And he also you had to sign this document, like insurance-wise and whatever. Do you know what I signed? He gave me a slip of paper. I signed it with my own pen. He ticked the box on an iPad. He's like, keep the paper. Literally.
You could have signed a check or something. You don't know what you signed.
No, I read it. It says,
Oh, fair
you
enough.
hereby for the insurance thing. No, but I signed the paper, and I saw on the iPad he ticked the boxes and pressed OK. I didn't even need to sign a signature.
Did
And
you?
he didn't even take a photo. And like, what's the point? He didn't even provide me a pen. I had to find some old Argos pen in the side of my car, which I don't know how I got there. Then
Look, the main thing is over now, isn't it? You passed.
it's over.
You're
I
driving.
passed.
I mean, Rosa's on road,
gassed.
everyone.
I got
so
so gassed. He
stay
whipped out.
indoors.
He whipped out the certificate. Started writing. In my head, I was like, yes! I got so gassed. Bear in mind, yeah. Bear in mind, I may be crazy now, yeah. You may be laughing. I have paid over thousands of pounds on driving lessons. Had 3 different legit teachers, yeah. I had over, 150, 200 hours on the road, okay. 200 hours. That's more than probably people with their I know 2 people right now, at the top of my head, who've got their licenses and don't have as much driving experience as I have.
Arguably.
I know both of them. One of them is over there. The other one just came back from his trip.
Fair enough.
The guy that sits over there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I've got more driving experience than them. Yeah.
Fair
So the
enough.
fact that it took me this long to get my license pissed me off. Okay.
Hadi.
Pissed me off. But I'm gassed in it, so let me center myself a bit. I got too excited. But so I passed. But I did the smart thing is a while ago I stopped going for driving teachers because I realized they're all nonsense. I bought the cheapest car I could find that was ULEZ approved because London has ULEZ. The cheapest car I can find was very good. I planned anyone who was willing, yeah, including this guy, but this guy's a flop But anyone who's willing to sit next to me, because the rules is, if you want to drive as a learner, the car needs to be insured. You need to get learners insured, and someone with a minimum of 3 years of experience with a UK.
I've only got 1 year experience.
UK of, bruv, you got more. Anyway. And a minimum of 3 years experience on the road with the license I want to get. So I wanted to do manual, so they need to have a 3 years minimum of manual license. So I would ask anyone and anyone who would want to. I asked Moses, I asked my mom, my uncle, my granddad, this guy over here. I asked everyone, yeah, anyone who's willing, yeah. So with that, I would rack up some. I was like, Mom, do you want to go shopping? Come, we'll go in my car. She's like, it's only down the road. I'm like, it's fine. That down the road is enough practice, innit? Every time anyone who was willing and was legal and certified, I would drive. And with that, and bear in mind, that's good because each person will give me their own experience and their own tips. So that came together, and you know what? That got me to pass. And my uncle as well. That's great shout out to him. He gassed me up, but he got me to drive. He's a PCO driver. He knows how to drive legit chauffeuring. He knows all of that. So because of that gave me the right experience and the right know-how how to get drive. And you know, I think I'm a decent driver. Obviously, I got some kinks I need to work out. I'm a decent driver, okay?
No, at the end of the day, I mean, also driving it takes time to it's easy.
Yeah.
It's not. Thing is, my friend said it the best. He goes, when you get a driving instructor, they don't teach you how to drive. They teach you how to pass. They don't teach you how to drive. When you pass, that's when you learn how to drive. Especially when you get crashes.
Well, clearly I had 3 instructors and I failed with all of them. I passed when I did it on my own.
Yeah.
Think about that.
So like,
I passed when I did it on my own.
yeah.
So how did I pass when I did everything on my J's?
People who pass first time with the shit's instructor.
Indeed.
People take ages with the best instructors.
Look, like, so... So like, okay, the first time I failed, I mounted the curb, so that's my fault. I had to that. But bear in mind, my teacher said I was ready.
Okay.
So if you're saying I'm ready, but the thing is, I think what really effed me was the stress of the exam environment.
Possibly.
Because like, what examiners do, as you said, no examiners, instructors, they teach you to pass. So I learned all the drive routes in the area of the test center. So the test center was, I think, Hendon. And I learned Hendon like the back of my hand. I can tell you right now, where as soon
You
as
might as well start doing like Ubering or like minicab service.
literally
in
like
London.
I know,
You know
I know it like the back of my hand. I know every test route, everything. I went down this test route with my instructor 3 times, and she's like, "You did it very well. You're ready." We did it. I got that test route. I failed. Why? The roads were narrow and I mounted the curb. So probably it was stress and panic. Be like, okay, shit, I'm going a bit too fast for these curves or these bends. I effed up in it. And I would have got on minor if I mounted 1 tire, but because I mounted 2 tires, serious. And then what happened was, well, I was finishing off the route, and the guy, and he's like, follow the nav. The nav was like 10. He's like, you know, forget the nav, go straight. And then we finished early, and I failed. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's why I told you.
Then
you had enough. He's
yeah,
like,
enough. Yeah, he got. I think he got scared that I was gonna do some accident. I think. So I'm like, okay, damn, I need to fix up. I did another 5 more hours with the same instructor. She's like, okay, you're ready. At this time, I kind of effed up as well. It was just my shit luck as well, obviously. So the test was good. They're like, at the beginning of every test, they're like, we might do emergency braking. They take it very emergency braking. But literally, as soon as we started off my test, I emergency braked. Why? Because some guy was about to hit into me, and he's like, you know what? Well done. You've done it. We don't need to do it anymore. He gave me like a bonus tick. I don't know what that is. He's like, you know, this guy is good. It's fine. Then just my shit luck. I was on an uphill road here, and I had to stop. It was not a wide road, and it wasn't a narrow road. It was a medium-sized road, yeah, and it was uphill, and I had to stop. Why? Some Argos lorry decided to do a U-turn.
Argos lorry.
Argos lorry. So one of those fat truck lorries. It said Argos. Yeah. And he decided to do U. So I was there, literally, handbrake up. Not even handbrake up. Just my foot on the brake and foot on the clutch like that. I didn't learn the handbrake technique on uphills.
You got to put it in neutral and
I didn't learn that. So I was just there, ready to go. And I started rolling. As soon as I was ready to set off, I started rolling back. I panicked or whatever. The examiner interfered and stopped me. And he's like, calm down, relax, and go. And then because of that, he failed.
Yeah,
but that was So that I understand as well.
The main thing you have to understand is that when you want to pass a test, first thing you have to be in control of the car at all times. Secondly, you have to be maneuvering safely. Whatever you do has to be done safely. even if you make a mistake, sometimes people think that, oh, I'm in the wrong lane for a roundabout, this or that. If you indicate to the instructor or the driver examiner that, oh, I know I'm in the wrong lane, I'm gonna fix it and stuff like that. 9 times out of 10.
But you don't even need to indicate.
Cool,
you don't even need to. If you show, like I realized, if you show you're panicking like shit.
Yeah.
You maneuver well, but you show you're panicking, he's gonna fail you. He's like, this guy's not ready to be on the road. Because for you to pass your test, it's not that if you can drive. It's not that if you're a great driver. It's if you can be, if other people are safe on the road.
And you're a hazard to others.
Yeah, that's it. As long as the passenger feels safe and everyone else on the road is safe, you're fine. You'll pass. And that's it really. And sorry, I rambled, but driving. Yes. Now I'm good.
Stay indoors, everyone. Everyone's on the road.
But yeah, so I'm kind of excited, and it really helped with my job, because I applied for my job, and it does help with my job a lot. And I got it just before Muharram. So
you're driving all the way
and
everywhere.
So like every year during Muharram, because I was like the main IT guy. Everyone would have to drive me, or I had to Uber around. It was very difficult. But now I got my own car. I was chilling. But yeah, that's the story of my license. Kind of guys. It's been an hour now. We're all kind of tired. I know you wanted to discuss about football. You were very excited.
Well, the main thing is that football's kicking off on Saturday. Premier League is back. My team is the first game. I think 12:30 kickoff. We're playing Arsenal at home. I'm not feeling too confident actually. I don't think Fulham are going to survive this season. I don't think we're strong enough. I don't think we've got the right players. But we'll see.
You think you have enough to stay in the league and not get relegated?
No.
You think you'll get relegated?
I think it's going to be close.
Who you going to be fighting this year, do you think, for relegation?
Aston Villa, Leeds and West Brom came up. West Brom are going to go down.
I don't think Leeds are going to go down, by the way. Leeds are top.
Leeds have got a very good manager.
What's bottom 5? Fulham,
it's going to be
Aston.
Bottom 5 is going to be like Aston Villa, Fulham, West Brom, so the 3, and 2 more going to be in the fight. I think West Ham and maybe Newcastle, maybe.
No, West Ham, no.
Yeah, West Ham, yeah.
Sure.
Maybe. Yeah, they'll be in it. They'll be in it.
I would assume Brighton.
The team to look out for, the most improved team, Everton. Watch Everton this season.
Okay.
Mad.
Okay.
Crazy signings. I'm really excited.
Maybe it's because of their Scousers, and the Scousers are coming back.
Maybe it's because of the business they've done over the transfer
All that.
window. They brought in some ballers.
All that.
Really
So
good midfielders.
I'm not a footballist, but I'm excited for FIFA 21. I'm gonna buy it and play it.
Oh, my brother got it. He got selected for the demo.
Ooh.
He got an email from PS. Yeah, he got an email from PlayStation, from EA. They were like, "We've selected you to try out the game and whatever." And he wasn't allowed to video it or
That's bullshit.
Nah, he wasn't allowed. So yeah, he played for a bit. I played a little bit.
You talking about does that not expire the NDA?
No.
Those not NDA. Okay, never mind. But yeah, okay, that's interesting.
So yeah.
Okay,
FIFA
cool.
21 is out what, this month? Next month?
Next week.
Next week.
Yep. 21st September.
So, I'm gonna have to buy it now for my brother.
Buy it digitally.
Yeah.
Let me say why. Because I've read about this as well. If you buy the CD edition, when you upgrade to the PS5, you have to get
the PS5 version.
No. You can use on your PS5, but the CD has to be in at all times for you to play. But if you buy the digital copy, as soon as you get PS5, you just download and use it.
Oh,
but
okay.
if you get the CD version, you not only have to download it, but the CD has to be in when you play.
Yeah, but that's for all games.
But
PS4.
bear in mind, PS5, they're releasing a digital only console with no CD drive at a significantly lower cost.
Oh yeah,
and
you have to. It's the PS Plus. I think you have to pay monthly. They're working towards that. I don't think we discussed this before, but they're trying to make a Netflix for games where you pay.
Additional to EX Access. So Xbox has got one called Xbox Game Pass, where they give you a subscription of games for like £10 a month. It's not all games. It's majority of the games.
They're working on it. They're working. PlayStation and Xbox are coming together for this one, where they can. So basically, it will cut their cost in half, innit?
No,
for games and stuff.
That's a different thing.
No, it's for basically. There'll be a platform.
I think let's get Bill Gates on the podcast to tell us.
There's gonna be a platform where you pay a monthly subscription like Netflix, and you get to watch what you want, but you get to play what you want.
Yeah.
And all you just do is pay monthly.
Xbox has got something similar called Game Pass, which I've used.
Yeah.
And I still have. I got Microsoft Flight Simulator for that. It's not all games, but it's whatever games they can license. PlayStation is coming something along with that.
So do they get to play Spider-Man?
I'm baffled. What?
Exactly. Spider-Man is exclusive to PlayStation only.
Yeah.
You know the new Avengers game?
Yeah.
It's got Spider-Man in it.
Yeah.
The Xbox version hasn't got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're
Because
pissed.
Sony owns the right for Spider-Man.
So
innit?
yeah, Spider-Man is exclusive to Sony.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's sick.
That's hilarious.
sick.
That's so funny.
But yeah, the PS5 rumored to come out at 450, and the digital only edition without the CD drive is around 350.
Oh wow.
But that's what I'm saying.
£100.
So people will go for the digital edition and just buy all digital games. And with this new game streaming coming up, there's also game streaming where you stream the game off a different console over the internet, so you don't have to wait for it to download.
Yeah.
And there's obviously the new Game Pass Game Pass subscription you're
It's
talking
getting crazy. It's getting
Yeah.
crazy. Technology is moving so much, and some of you guys. Don't
Anyone
even play
who
Call
can
of Duty.
hook up PS5s for me, let me know. I want to buy a few PS5s. I'll throw in a quick buck for you as well. So let me know in it. I've got bare people willing for PS5, willing to pay top
Anyone
dollar.
got the Jordan 4s? Let me know.
But yeah, thank you for watching. We've been
Like
rambling
and
for time.
subscribe.
Like, subscribe. We're on
Keep
all your
supporting.
podcast platforms.
Listen to us in your gym
The podcast platform of your desires. All
driving.
of them.
while you're in
Uh,
the swimming pool.
While you're driving. Yes, listen to us while you're driving. We'll be on LBC next.
I doubt it
We'll,
very
we'll
much.
be here next same time, 7:30 next week on Thursday on Severix on YouTube. Huh? Let me finish, innit?
This has been What You Say.
What You Say in podcast. Maybe next week is a new season.